who else would have a claim?
The firstborn child.
Renera. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Renera's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out.
I have decided to name a new heir. I'm your heir. War is afoot.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
Your family has dragons.
There are power men should never have trifled with.
If Renera comes into power, she could cut off any challenge to her succession.
Where is duty? Where is sacrifice?
Now they see you as you are.
What's up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl EJ, and I am back with another video. Now today we're going to be talking about House of Dragon, y'all. Now look, I already know y'all probably done looked at like a gazillion recap and reviews, so I'm not even going to hit you with that today because I am a little bit late with this, but I did want to give you my first impressions about the show, and I did want to go ahead and break down 10 of the things that stood out on the show for me, things that were like WTF moments or characters that we should be looking out for, or just things that I really loved about the show. So let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Okay, y'all, so number one on my list is going to be Renera. Like, I am in love with the character Renera. She is my favorite. Now, I know that when you look at Game of Thrones, you are not supposed to get attached to these characters because they can be gone just like that. But Renera right now is giving me some Dany vibes. She's giving me that Daenerys, that Khaleesi type of vibe. And I really need that because Khaleesi was my favorite character on Game of Thrones. And I feel like I'm just getting a little bit of that from her. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm so in love with her right now. It might just be the hair. It might be, I don't know what it is, y'all. Honestly, I just really love this character. So anyway, number two on my list is going to be those freaking dragons. Like, how can you look at this show and not fall in love with these dragons? Now, these dragons are freaking amazing. They even have saddles on the dragon that they actually ride them with the saddles. Now, your girl, Dany, she rode the dragon bareback, but not these Targaryens. These Targaryens got special made saddles. And I love the dragon keepers, how the dragon keepers know Valyrian, so they're able to speak to the dragons, you know, to keep them in line and train them or whatever the heck they do. But I just love these beautiful ass creatures. So number three on the list is gonna be that gosh darn throne. Like, this throne is like double, triple, quadruple the size of the original Game of Thrones throne. I don't even know if you can say those together like that, but anyway, it is stupid ridiculous. Like, it has so many freaking swords on it. Like, I would never sit on it, me personally, because I mean, that thing looked like it could stick the hell out of you. As the king would definitely learn that you can get stuck on it and you can actually get hurt from it. I'm pretty sure he needs a tetanus shot, but you know, unfortunately, tetanus shots don't exist right now. But anyway, y'all, moving on. Number four on my list is going to be the character Daemon. Now, this character is complex, and I don't know if you are supposed to like him or if you're supposed to dislike him right now. You know, on this one hand, he's like vile, you know what I'm saying? The way he sent the army into the city and what he was doing in the city. But on the other hand, he's like, you know, kind of warm and nice to Renera. You know what I'm saying? When he gives her the necklace made of the Valyrian steel, and then the way that he is with his mistress or whatever she is, his hooker. I don't know what they call him exactly, but the way that he's with her, he's very vulnerable. So it's like, man, is this guy a bad guy or not? Because, you know, he gives you like both of the vibes, so you really don't know where you stand with this character. So I'm really liking the fact that you, like, the person that you think you're supposed to hate, you don't really know if you hate him or not just yet. Okay, so number 5 thing for me was a character that we should definitely be looking out for, which is going to be Lord Coreless. Like, I don't really know his thing just yet, but I know that there's going to be something with him. To be honest, I don't even know how many episodes he going to make it in, because he looks like one of those characters that's probably going to die, you know, really early and really soon in the show. And mainly because, for one thing, you know, he keeps bringing to the attention of the things that need to happen, and ain't nobody really trying to listen to Lord Coreless. I mean, even though he right, like, don't get me wrong, he's definitely right, you know, that with the things that he's saying, but they just not trying to listen to him. I mean, I think in that one part where they just pretty much was like, we heard you, now let's talk about this heir, you know, an heir that wasn't even born yet, one that they didn't even know if it was even a boy yet. So it was just crazy. But I do think that Lord Coreless is definitely a character to look out for, good or bad. I think that he is definitely going to play some sort of role, and that honestly, he might die. Now, my number 6 thing is another character to look out for, which I believe he is the Hand of the King, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's Lord Odie or something like that. I got to figure out how to pronounce his name. As a matter of fact, I got to figure out how to pronounce a lot of these names, y'all. But clearly this guy is up to something. Like, I do not trust him at all. Like, he just gives me like these vibes of like, okay, like just a red flag, like do not trust. Like, who tries to pimp out their daughter to the king? Like, the king literally just lost his wife and his son, and you already trying to pimp out your daughter? Like, come on, bruh. Like, something is not right with you exactly, and I don't trust him at all. But these are the type of characters that make it to the end of the show for whatever reason. But yeah, definitely somebody to look out for. Okay, y'all, so number 7 on my list is definitely a WTF moment, and that was when your boy Damon decides that he's going to bring in his whole army, and they're going to go in there and try to bring law and order back to the city, you know what I'm saying? And so they're in there cutting off limbs and all types of stuff, but I think the worst moment for me was when old boy got his weed whacker just knocked off, his wee just, woof, just gone, just like that, and then they actually show it and everything. Oh my goodness, that was like, what in the world just happened? Like, that was so freaking crazy to me. But I mean, hey, they scared of him now, that's for sure. I bet you ain't nobody gonna be doing nothing crazy. Anyway, y'all, my number 8 is another WTF moment, and that was when they had that barbaric C-section. Oh my God. So the king literally has to choose between his wife and his potential son, you know what I'm saying? Because he still doesn't know if it's a girl or a boy just yet, but he's going off of the fact about this dream that he had, and he believes that it's going to be a boy. And, you know, the maester is like, you know, we have to do this procedure that, you know, that we heard about. I don't even think he ever did this procedure before. You know what I'm saying? Like, he literally is practicing on the queen. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do this barbaric C-section. Of course, we knew she was going to bleed out. We knew she was going to die. But the crazy part about it, you know, when it was all said and done, which brings me to my number 9 WTF moment, was that the son actually ends up dying too. So he does have a son, but then when they show, you know, them about to, you know, have the service for the queen, it goes to a smaller corpse there as well. So now, you know, the son actually dies. So of course, you know, he still doesn't have a male heir. Man, this was so crazy. Okay, y'all, so my last and final one on my list was another character to really watch out for, which is Reyna, which is the queen that never was, which is just so crazy that, you know, that she literally probably should have been queen, but the fact that they just didn't feel like a woman should sit on the throne, she just never had that opportunity or that chance. And now, you know, all these years later, you know, she's been looked over 2 times at this point. And now you know, the king has actually named his daughter, you know, the person who's going to take his place once he is no longer with us, and that's Renera. So it's crazy that you have this queen who never was, and that's the nickname that they've given her. But I really feel like she's a character that you're going to have to watch out for. You know, I always think that everybody's going to die when it comes to Game of Thrones type of show. Like, I just feel like everybody's gonna die at some point, but I do think that she's gonna make it through the season. I think she's gonna make it through the first season. Like, honestly, she might die in the second season, but I think she's gonna make it through the first season. But I do think that I don't think that she's going to be happy about this, to be honest. Like, I think that she is definitely going to be salty. She looks like she's, you know, probably like the nice character, but I don't think she really is going to be. I think her and her husband are going to be cooking up something. Now, Lord Coreless, of course, is her husband, the one we talked about earlier. So I think they're going to cook up something. I don't know, but I just don't know what just yet. I mean, honestly, I really need to go and read these books because I am a person who just needs to know what's going to happen, or at least some idea of what's going to happen. So I'm thinking that I'm going to go ahead and read the book, the companion book, I guess you want to call it, to go with this. If you've read the book before, then let me know if the book is worth reading, if it's going to provide like a lot of clarity and insight about the show. Just leave it in the comments and let me know. But don't do too many spoilers for people, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't go too far ahead. Just let me know if it's something that is worth taking the time to read. Okay, y'all, so those are my top 10 things that I took from the show, people that I felt like we should look out for, moments that happened in the show that I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? Things like that. And let me know what your moments were. Let me know if there are characters that you think that we should be looking out for, whether they're good or bad. And guys, until next time, peace.